Right, well, hello everyone, and welcome to my recording of an old game that's one of my all-time favorites called Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, which is a follow-on from Indiana Jones: The Fate of Atlantis, which was a follow-on from Indiana Jones and the Lost Crusade. This game is a perfect blend of action and adventure with loads of exploration, which is great fun, actually. So, without further ado, I'm going to start the game. Here we are. Initially, you might not see any picture because it's there's a bit of delay, and but it should be working fine. I'm going to, in a minute, have a quick look. You see that it's actually working properly in OBS Studio. Oh, guess I haven't got bad with the sizes at the moment. No. Sometimes it's up to, unfortunately. Just clear my throat a little bit. Not fun. Right, so here we are.
Time to go to work.
I like it. I really like the start there, the Indiana Jones Infernal Machine label showing up. Okay, there might be little bits that you can't see, like where his feet are, like right near the edge of the screen. But and there's some things at the bottom you can't see. But the only sort of consistent display resolution I could figure out in this game was 1280 by 720 pixels, which applies across the board. Apply that to my desktop, to OBS Studio, and to the game. It's the only one where they all, they can all share common ground there. So, right, what I'm just going to do is quickly press Alt Enter and then Control Escape, so I can have a quick look at OBS Studio. Right, the recording is working just fine, as it's meant to. So, just double check I started in Audacity as well. Yes, I did. Right, now I'll just show you some of the controls in this game. Well, firstly, if you want to edit the controls, I'm not going to go into it because you won't be able to see the box. For some strange reason, it doesn't work. I can't be bothered trying to figure it out anymore, how to make it appear. We just press Enter key to go into the control options, and it's easy enough. It's very self-explanatory to edit the keys or create a new control set and edit the assignment of the keys to each thing. But it's not that difficult or complicated, and there's even an instruction manual for this game if you really do get stuck. But most of the time it's not necessary to refer to a manual. So I'll just give you a rundown of the keys, the way I use them, how I assign them, and the best way, which I find works best for me. I'll firstly say also I use a keyboard. I don't bother with a mouse because you don't need it for this game. It's pretty simple just with the keyboard. So to look around your environment, if you want to look up a bit, then you just hold down the Q key and then press the down arrow to look up and the up arrow to look down, like that. And then sideways arrow to the right to look right and the left one to look left. And what I'll do is, for rolling movements, you hold down the Z key to roll to the left. Oh, it's a sliding surface there, so it fell down again. Slide to the right, like that. I don't want to go towards the edge because you'll fall off to his death, so to roll forwards, you like that. And to roll backwards, it's a backwards key. The other one was the forwards key, the forward Z and the forward key. Right, so, and then to jump, which you can also do to hold objects, to climb up an object, and for swimming, by the way, you can use it for swimming as well. Then, and for swinging when he's on his weapon, he's hanging in his weapon, he swings. Yeah, but you'll see that shortly. before too long. So yeah, there's a lot you get to see by using the Q key. Like there, you see the very top of a tent. That's actually at the end of this level. How ironic is it that he's right next door to there? You can't quite reach. No, you can't get anywhere near there. Don't even try, pal. Ain't gonna work. If you want to just walk slowly, what I do is in the gameplay options, we go into there. Then there's a there's a line that says, trying to remember it, default to run. If you click on that, and then an arrow should appear. Usually by default it's not there. So you click on it, then an arrow appears, and then that means he'll always run. The only time he won't run, we hold down the left shift key. That's immediately above the left control key. And there we go. And then you can walk to the edge. Yeah. And you can press either the escape key to go to your inventory or other things, or the tab key. Either way. And then one key for the whip. And if you want to put it away, you can either press the one. You can't. You just. Okay. 2 key for the gun. To put it away, you just press spacebar. So every time you just hit the spacebar key. To use the whip, you press the control key. And exactly the same for the gun. It's got unlimited ammunition. And it actually works surprisingly well against enemy Russians in this game. It's not as powerful as some of the other weapons you get later on in the game, but it definitely holds its own. And that's about this section here. The waterfall is about halfway through this level, and then that's further on, getting towards the end, to the left there where the tent is. But you'll meet somebody called Sophia Hapgood, who Indiana Jones originally met first time ever in Indiana Jones: The Fate of Atlantis. So there's a small gap. You can just do a very simple standing jump. So if you just press X and forward key at the same time, then it does a standing jump like that. And then X key to just climb on that ledge. And again, for that, same key, and then to grab onto a ladder, also the X key. So X key's got multiple uses. It's probably the main key you'll be using for much of this game. And one on there. Now that section there where the block is, beyond that block is going further closer to the end of this level. Up there is a hidden treasure. But you can't get up there, see, because if he tries to jump up there now, it's too high, see. The only way you can get there is to move this block. So press the control key and then the backward key to pull it. To push it, he would just hit the forward key instead of the backward key, while the control key is pressed down. Alright, you don't have to keep it pulled down. Once he's pulling, you can let it go, and he will automatically just pull the block to where it needs to be. Well, to the next one position, yeah, in the direction he's pulling or pushing it. And that's his first treasure of this level, of this game, the hole. And then he can just fall down to the ground there. It's safe enough to drop. But sometimes it's wise to look and see how big the drop is, to then determine whether you can just run and fall, or whether you should hold on the edge of the ledge. And yeah, like there, it's a very low drop, so you can just do that. In some parts of this game, you're wise at just getting him to hold on the edge of the ledge and drop, or if there's a ladder there, climb down at least part of the ladder before then dropping down, so that he doesn't take any damage or die. So you press the key to crouch there. Okay, that problem is solved now. Press the C key again to move up, because you obviously can't walk properly or run without if he's crouched down like that. You only have to pull one back, and then because he's going to do a running jump, not standing jump, you have to hit the forward key first, and then like a moment later the X key. like this. There we are. And that was an easy enough running jump to do. He didn't have to grab the edge of the ledge first to pull himself up, because the gap was small enough that he could just land on the platform. But yeah, he's going to have to grab the edge of the ledge. Just one step back like I did in the previous jump, and then quickly forward move into the X like this. That time he had to grab the edge.
That thing looks whippable.
There we go. And you don't have to keep the keys held down, because he will grab the edge of the ledge when it's a big enough gap that he has to grab the edge of the ledge. But by keeping the forward key pressed down, he gets up more quickly. He pulls himself up over the ledge quicker, because automatically, you see. So now for the 1 key, just have to press Control and then move upwards. X key to swing, like I mentioned earlier. Put it away, press spacebar. Sidestepping, press A key to sidestep left, D key to sidestep right. But unfortunately, it doesn't work all that often in this game, so I don't bother trying to sidestep much. I don't know why it's like that. But anyway, that's just par for the course of this game. Kill out snake, it's alright, safe height and distance is better doing it like that than having to be on the ground here. If you're on the ground, you would be more vulnerable at risk of the snake being able to get you and bite you, in which case, if it bit you, you would have to take one of those and then you wouldn't have any poison kits left. So it's best to hold on to save the poison kit for now.
What have we here?
Because level 2 onwards there's more creatures that can get you and poison you than, yeah, it's more dangerous. This level's easy in that regard. There's hardly anything that can harm you in this level. It's beautiful though. It's got lovely surroundings, I must say. Now, at the moment he can't climb up here. Later on there'll be a block that will fall down from impact of something or other on that wooden bar that's directly above him, but at the moment it's too high. That wooden bar that's over there. Look at it again, right there. He's going to pull on his whip and there'll be a thundering sound and impact, and then something will fall down on the ground that will enable Indy to be able to climb up there. But at the moment, obviously too high. So you can climb up there from either that side or the back. Yeah. That's slightly too big a gap for a standing jump, so he has to do a running jump like I did earlier. There we are. And now, here we are. Sometimes Indy's not going to bother to say, oh, that thing looks rippable. Because after a while, you should be able to just use your common sense to be able to see, there's another wooden bar, like a previous time. Yeah.
Whoa.
Like how you said that. Beautiful water, yeah. Yeah. If you use your common sense, you'll be able to see, there's a wooden bar, I might be able to use my whip on that thing to get across, see? So, right, and then just grab on, once again I'll say, I think I'm going to stop saying from now on, the X key for the ladder, and the direction keys to use pulling up. I don't think I'll bother saying them anymore.
Now what?
So to grab any object like these treasures or anything else in this game. There was a treasure I picked up a bit earlier. There we are. Just you press the control key, and yeah. There's not all that much to see up there, so I'm not going to really bother climbing up to the top. You can if you want. I don't really bother. There's no items you can pick up there, so it's easiest, quickest just to... Oh, okay. You could have actually... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I might have missed something, actually. Yeah, let's see. I think I might have, yeah. Because what about that block that fell down earlier? That he fell out of? Where is it now? Okay. I see. Right, yeah, you have to actually go up here if you want to get to that part. You have to actually climb up this bit. Yeah, if you want to get there now. You're better off just... I think so. No sign. Oh man. Actually, I think... No. No, I don't think you actually had to do anything there. Oh, I'm being delayed now. Oh, we all make mistakes, don't we? And I've played this plenty of times that press the control key when he's swimming, X key for swimming, and the C key for crouching. So if he goes up here, you get some air. C key, if you press X now, it doesn't do anything. You have to click C, and then he dives. You see, and then to swim, the C key doesn't do anything. So when he's underwater, the only key that will work is the X key, and then the down arrow to move up, and like that. So it's like looking up where you have to use the Q key earlier, but instead now you don't have to use the Q key for that. You're just holding on X to swim, and then the down arrow to look up, as you would if you had the Q key held down. So now there it is, a nice gentle drop. Nice beautiful purple block, and then a green bit here, and yellow orange colored treasure. Yeah, something's harder to see on the screen. I'll explain it. I think you have to edit this resolution. This is one of my favorite parts of this level in terms of the scenery and beauty and stuff. You could easily enough go back to there, but I want to show you something. You'll get a much better appreciation for this level if you go this part. Firstly, I'll say is you get a bit more practice, right? Which can't do any harm. And a quick bit more practice with a running jump. See, and not only that, but you gradually get to see yourself higher and higher up, which gives you another sense of progression in the vertical sense, which you don't often get to see. Wow, you've come that far. And then stand and jump, that's a small enough gap for that. And then if you see, so you down again. Oh, look how beautiful that nice, lovely glistening water there. And where you picked up that treasure, that purple block and things. See, so I mean, it's lovely, wonderful. And you can climb up here. I think there's one more part you get to give it what I like to call the bird's eye view. The final opportunity to see down. Looks even better now, actually. That beautiful water there. So for doing this, you get lovely views like that, and of course you also even get to see the structuralness, the structure of this level. You get more of a sense of how it's kind of interlinked, you know, because now just pull up there with the X key, and see he's back up here to, okay, there's a kind of familiar looking, yeah, this is where you were earlier, you see, in the whip, where that wooden block when you pulled up, and then that part there with the snake, just fall onto the ground, that's the quickest. So by using that route now, he has to pull up there, because that wooden bar is no longer of any use. And then press the X key to jump up that. And then he'll automatically hold onto the edge. Careful doctor that he is. And then for the second time now, I'll fall down that nice big waterfall to, yeah. So now, about halfway through this level, actually slightly more than halfway. There we are.
Funny how I didn't spot this before. If this is the prize, I'll lose my grant for sure.
Yeah.
Where are the priceless artifacts? The gilded idols? The crowns of kings?
Right.
travels that fast. Better get up there.
He's quite cynical, but he's been a doctor and explorer all his life, so he can understand how he become quite cynical. And when it feels at times too much effort and hard work and effort to get his just rewards, just desserts. But sounds like he's about to eat some delicious dark chocolate. And another gem or jewel, what do you call it? It's best to go here right now because it's easy enough to miss that. So if you miss that and you climb all the way up here for the next part of this level, you would it can be quite frustrating to come all the way back down just to discover that one treasure. Then look down, the up Q and the up arrow. There's a little gap there. It's easy to miss. If you're in a hurry just to go up there, you would have missed this. Now again, the C key to crouch, and then press it again to stand up. You can see the treasure clearly enough, but if you're curious, in case you're curious of what else is in how this room looks, then you press the F key for the flashlight. This time it's not really useful because there's nothing else here, but what can happen is you'd assume,
hey,
and he assumes there's a new treasure,
idle.
and then he goes back out there. But at some parts of this game, later on in this game, if you did that, then, for example, there may have been a medicinal sprig or herb down here that he wouldn't have realized was there, because when it's pitch dark like that, you can't see it in that part of the room. So sometimes it pays off to turn the flashlight on, because then you see something else that you would not otherwise have seen. Now, to jump up there, it's a bit too high, trust me. I've tried it before. So he has to climb up that first. Standing jump. Oh, didn't quite work that time. Let's try it again. Come on, Indy. Yeah, worked that time. Okay. That's a reasonably gentle drop, so he can afford to run and fall without taking any damage. It's important to do that.
What's this?
Always to look, make sure it looks safe enough to fall. And then just a quick little jump there to get up that block there. I like to keep my sense of orientation though, so I tend to turn around like that. It's just me, I'm a bit of fussy fart with orientation. Always looking what direction that body's moving. 3 strafing movements to the left is enough. Then he's on the edge. 1 step back is plenty. Quick forward movement and then jump. Okay, we should know by now which key it is, so I'm gonna say again. And then climb up this ladder. Okay. That's actually that gap is small enough that he can get across without having to grab the edge of the platform. There we go, see? Double checking, he's got 9, so then he's got 1 treasure left to get all 10. With the advantage then, if he gets all 10, then he gets the maximum amount of money from that as a reward. I think it's $510. Yeah, I think of it in dollar terms, because he's American after all, like, you know? It has to be in dollars. Yeah.
What have we here?
Now, if I look down here, it looks like you might get away with falling down. She'll try. No damage, but sometimes it's better to be on the safe side and just, instead of falling down, to turn around, hold down to the edge of the ledge and climb down the ladder. And sometimes, in some parts of this game, it will look a bit of a bigger drop, and then you'll be able to tell now that it's not worth it. But sometimes, I think even if it's that amount of a drop, For those of you less experienced at playing this sort of game, my advice is rather than fall down like I just did, don't follow my example. Rather err on the side of caution. Alright, last running jump I have to do this level. Okay, now there's a good point to save. So get the F5 key. Okay, now if for example there's anything else I felt interested in showing you. Oh yeah, I haven't shown you yet how to load. If there's anything I want to do, something I might have missed, overlooked, then you press F8 key. And you see, is there anything else I hadn't thought of? No, that's it, except for a nice little view there. Okay. And then one final climb up there. And then this is the end of the level now.
Oh no. What now?
Alright, so Sophia Hapgood. The one and only.
Sophia Hapgood.
Hello, Indy.
Ooh.
Been a while.
I'll say. What brings you out west? Some psychic premonition about the treasures I should have found?
My, look at these wonderful potsherds.
Oh.
It's the new thinking in archaeology. Find some worthless debris, analyze it, understand prehistory. Kind of noble, don't you think?
There's an iron curtain coming down on Europe, Indy. The Russians are taking over.
I read the papers.
Want a real chance to be noble? We need your help.
Uh-huh. Who's we?
When I joined during the war, it was the OSS. Now President Truman calls us the Central Intelligence Agency.
Is that what you're up to these days? Soviet sabotage? Atomic secrets?
Don't be silly. We've got whole battalions for that. It's my job to worry about more unusual activity, such as this dig site on the Euphrates River south of Baghdad.
Babylon.
Remember your Bible? That's where mortals raised the Tower of Babel to invade heaven.
Well, you know, this does look like the ruins of Itimenanki, the ziggurat often identified with the tower.
Very good, Dr. Jones. You're looking at the brainchild of one Gennady Volodnikov of the Leningrad Physics Institute. He thinks there's some truth to the biblical legend.
Isn't he a godless communist?
He's a physicist who studies manifolds and hyperspace. Quirky theoretical stuff.
Now, what's a guy like that doing in Babylon?
Not sure. All we really know is he thinks the atom bomb is a joke.
Then why isn't the world laughing?
Indy, suppose the tower housed some deadly force no one else had ever heard of. Something as dangerous as nuclear fission.
And the Babylonians tore it down for reasons not discussed in the good book.
Exactly.
It's an amusing theory, but as you can see, I've got troubles of my own.
You don't think I flew out here from Washington just to relieve your boredom, I hope? This came from the Russian dig site.
She's got sass.
Somebody made a mistake.
Give her a due.
This looks
She's
like
got
part of a
sass.
steam engine. Maybe a locomotive from the last century.
There's no mistake. We've dated the thing. It's 2,600 years old.
Really? Look at that little wheel
Oh,
spin.
Indian, these toys. He's like a
How'd you find
12-year-old.
Come on, Indy, we're the CIA.
Oh,
We have spies.
yeah. It's quite amusing, must say. Sophia and Eddie, as a pair, they're quite a pair, they do. Sort of play off each other with dry wits and sarcasm and all sorts. And sometimes you get the feeling that Sophie's dissing India a bit, like comparing a piece of debris found to a potsherd and other things. And he sometimes praise her in kind with other quips of his own. But, yeah, they do actually genuinely don't have respect for each other. And they were in love in the Fate of Atlantis game, but then they went to be in separate ways. Being the explorers that they are, but in different spheres, different roles, different people, so or different organizations. Like she moved to the CIA, whereas Indiana continued to work where he was for the can't remember now, but as a doctor, but as a lecturer at university somewhere in New York, I think. So I'd like to do this part quickly at the end of the level is just get one first aid kit, that's only $100, one medicinal spray for $100, and one poison kit for $50, and that's more than enough. Still got $260 credit left. Okay, I came to $250. Because It was $510 from all 10 treasures. So click yes to confirm the purchase. Now at the start of this level, Babylon, so that the bug doesn't happen, I prefer to keep pressing the arrow keys and the X key.
A lot of mud brick and not much else.
That's all.
Why do the Russians want to dig it
That's
up?
all I do. Yeah, well, I do that, and then then that potential bug doesn't happen. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. Now just press one key down, as you'll be able to see. There's one first aid kit, one resistant sprig from what I bought, 2 poison kits because I bought one. He hasn't found the treasure yet, obviously, so he's got his lighter. He's got that new part that Sophia gave him. That's why it's called Sophie's part. You never really get to use the chalk. I don't know why it's included in the game. I guess he's a doctor, so it's important for him to have something he can write with, but you never really use it in this game. You don't need to use it, shall I say. You can if you can use it, but it's not necessary. So that's it for now. I just have resaved it, so I'm going to have to click save and exit. I just exit. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and yeah, I'll stay posted for next recording, which I'll make before too long. And hope you all enjoy that. So keep well, and yeah, I'll see you again on here sometime soon. Cheers. Bye.